Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thanks for sticking with me. Hope you enjoyed the little skits. Yeah, it was supposed to be sunny today. Got a lot of cloud and wind as usual. But anyway, a couple of things we want to do on Oddy. If anyone who listened to the skit I did, you could hear his alternator belt squeaking. So yeah, we'll have a look at that, see what's going on. But first, I thought, to all the new channel members, you might have seen the old video I did of the walk around of Oddy. Let's do a bit more in-depth one. So without further ado, let's do that. So, as in the old video I did, Oddy is a 1980 Vauxhall Chevette. He has the one with the lights that go in, which was the original style that Vauxhall did. Later on, I think it was in 1980, they actually changed to the lights that are actually on the outside. I'll pop a picture up here somewhere. I have added the spotlights, still not got round to like wiring them in yet. Here's a crown bumper. They did do a later cheaper version which had the bumpers matte black. And now his bodywork isn't brilliant. He did sit in a barn for about 20 plus years. We do have a new aerial to go in. Those are repairs that I did last, I'm going to say September, October, just to make sure there's no leaks. We do have a new front window seal to go in there. But as you can see, he is solid. You know, there's no rust in the scuttles. The bonnet's solid. It's got a couple of whoever was doing did this respray, not very good. It looks like they quickly sanded him and sprayed him. No, not really any prep at all. I mean, you can see dents, and you can even see, I don't know if the camera will pick up those lines in the paint there. Again, where I did this just to stop the leaks. You know, everything is solid. And as I say, we have got new wind seal for the front and the chrome trim there as well to go in. His window screen has one little, someone's had a go here. Again, I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. Probably not. I reckon we can get that out. So, the doors aren't his original doors. These doors are off. That Chevette. What is that? OLV 869S. So that car's obviously not around anymore. Well, if it is, it's got no doors on it. And I'll show you obviously the wheels, which I did last year. And if I just come down here to show you, I did them with an enamel off. It does need a clean. I've not cleaned it. Halford's enamel, and I did say I'd come back and revisit this. And I tell you what, I'm quite impressed with that. That's a shout out to Halford's. You want to sponsor me? But yeah, the repair that I did during the winter on the rear sill, and as you can see, the new rear window seal. Obviously I had a I only quickly sprayed it just so I could go to a meet. It has reacted there, because I'm not sure what they've used on this paint. It might be a cellulose, so that's probably why I've got a bit of a reaction in the two corners. Again, in the previous video I did mention he's not supposed to have that black on the back. Right, so we're going to the engine bay. Here's a 1256. And someone has painted him red on the top. I don't know, tried to do a red top conversion and grey on the top. That is completely wrong. Obviously, we are probably looking in the winter, taking the engine out, and I might do a refurb on the engine. I've had this breather, because there would have been a breather hose from there going to the original air filter, which I deleted. I've got a pancake filter on, that's just for me. And as you can see, there's Oddy's original colour, which is the ruby red. Now, as you can see at the back here, in this area here would have been the heater box and the fan, which obviously is no longer in there. So I've had to put, if you look at some others, I've put another one in. I've got a bit of tidying up to do there at the back, and under the battery tray I've actually got all the panels and everything to do that. So and a new battery tray. So that is yet to be done. As you can see, he has still got some of his sound deadening, although it's completely just disintegrated at the moment. I was thinking with the engine bay, because we're going to keep Oddy beige, I might just paint the engine bay black, just because I've seen a few others that have done it. And so the engine will be black, and the under the side of the bonnet, we'll get rid of this old sound deadening, because it is just, yeah, just coming apart, and we'll put some new, more modern sound deadening on the engine bay there. There's the new alternator that I put in. Now, keen-eyed people down there will notice that the adjustment bracket from that bolt there to here is missing. And the reason that's missing, I will show you now. His original alternator adjustment bracket is too short. This belt that's been fitted by previous owner, excuse me, is obviously a little bit longer, or it was the best one he could get at the time. And the belt itself is in good condition, so I thought, I'm not going to buy a new belt for 10-20 quid. I know you can get new brackets extra long, but why? Rooting in my drawers, as I always say to people, I keep everything. Found this piece of metal. So all I'm going to do is elongate out there a little bit longer, trim it, neat it, and then fit this to Oddy, and that's cost me nothing. So that's one of the jobs we are going to do very shortly. I shall continue now with a tour of the rest of Oddy for you. So back inside Oddy now. That mileage there is not his true mileage. His original clocks, on a photo which I will try and put up for you, shows him in the barn when he was pulled out the barn in 2023, I think it was, or 22, showed 29,000 miles. His original clocks also didn't have the clock. Because he's an L, he would not have had the clock. The clock would only been on the GL and above. So those were not his original clocks. They've obviously changed them because they found something wasn't working, as we know on these ones that the heater isn't working. But down there we do have a spare one that I've shown you before, which I'm going to try and make it all. And as I said on that video, you can see all the chips and all that on this one on here, as the one that I've got in the footwell there is in nice good condition. His dashboard is good. There's no splits, there's no cracks anywhere in the dashboard. That is in really good condition, as is where the old speaker would have been, and the vents, they're all good, they're all in good condition. This is what I built to house a heater, because obviously his heater is non-existent, and unfortunately this got destroyed. Absolutely totally destroyed and wrecked when I was trying to fit it in, so I have got to take that out and completely rebuild it again. But yeah, it's there. Obviously we have got missing bits here, and obviously this is the new one now with the new controller, which works for the heater that is in there, and you can possibly see the pipe work there that I've done. And yeah, the rat's nest that I've got to sort out yet, because obviously this isn't the original control parts. I do have a set of the original indicators which I've yet to put on, and I've also got a nice steering wheel to go on as well. So yeah, these are the covers that we temporarily put on him just so we could use him, because the seats are in really bad condition. As you can see, he was originally red interior. We are thinking of painting those black, and just keep his interior black now. The headlining as well, as you can see, there's been repairs here, some really bad repairs. I think the worst ones are on this side, as you can see. So we can buy new headlinings, so that is possibly something that we may do in the future, or I may just repaint this headlining, and obviously once it's painted, all this horrible black will be gone and it might look be presentable. Got some nice old Pioneer speakers there in the back, really nice, cool and retro. I did fit some seat belts in the rear. Obviously they never came with them, but strangely enough, all the holes and everything there are there for seat belts to be fitted. I've still got a lap belt to fit, which I will fit. So not really much more you can show on the interior, really. They are very basic interiors. And quite often I always forget that the windscreen is quite close, and when I go hi to anybody as I'm going past, I always end up hitting the windscreen. It's because it's right there. Right, so yeah, down here, as we can see, I have, yes, we know he's got an oil leak, and so yeah, that's got to be addressed. So I think what we'll do now, we know what we're doing with the alternator bracket. So what I'll do, next bit you'll see is me in the garage making this, so we can sort that. So first thing we need to do is we need to take this one, put it on there, because we've got that hole there for the bolt. Now we need to put this slot into this one, but obviously we know we want it slightly higher, so if we just move that higher, and then we'll just mark that out to where that is. So you can see that's where we want to go. So what I'll probably do is I will clamp these two pieces together on there. First, get my hole drilled at the top there. So that's the final point, and that's allowing me a lot more adjustment. We haven't got to worry about the top bottom adjustment because we're not going to need it that far down. So that'll be the first job to do. So first thing is, yep, we'll get all this changed. We'll get this changed over. We'll start some drilling. Right guys, hoping you can see that. I've got it clamped on, and what we're going to do is drill. I'm going to try it with that one straight away. I may have to go down in size, but it's not that much thick metal, so give it a bit of lubrication, see what it does. Right. I think we are going to have to go with a couple of smaller ones just to break through, and then use this bigger one then after. Right. I had to take that off camera because it was so noisy. I thought, oh, you know, he's not going to have to pick that up anyway. So let's see if I've got big enough. Yep, for that bolt to go through. The next thing we'll want to do is, if we do a hole at the bottom, I'm just going to rejig it all back up, so we're cutting at the bottom there. So I'm going to do off camera, I'll set it back up. So we're going to be cutting at this side now. And once I've got the other hole that side, I'm going to use the grinder. And I'm just going to grind straight down there. So, right, back in a minute. Well guys, let's do that off camera. It was way too loud. So I've got the two holes, top and bottom. So all I've got to do is grind out in between to give me my slot for adjustment. Get on with that then. Right, do a straight cut, an angle, an angle. Right, we're going to test fit that. I'll spray a bit of paint on it, put it on, job done. Right, not sure what you can see because it's quite bright. There it is. Not going to move. Let's have a quick test fit. So, it fit fine on there. And we're going to fit fine on there. That's on there. And that will go on there. And that. And I've actually even got an extra 3 or 4 mil adjustment if that belt ever stretches. So that's how that's the result. Right guys, it's all fastened up, all in nice and tight. We've just got just about the right enough flex. Haynes Lines recommends 7 mil. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. So the gears. I'm happy with that. No more squeaky alternator belt. Really strange how these Songbird carbs love the choke even when it's warm. So what we'll do is we'll just have a check now. Just make sure that we're all good down there. Now let's have a look at the charge we're getting. I call that healthy. Yep, I'm happy with that. Right guys, I'm going to try and show you where I think, and as I say, we had some family members, Mark and AJ came up, and Mark spotted, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show this on camera for you. Right. Right, that housing there, that plate, let's try it. This one here. Now, if I run my finger there on that, yeah, a bit of oil there, and even more so at the bottom there. Yeah, very. That is the housing, the plate cover plate for the timing chain. And I've had a look at what there seems to be a gasket, but it's more like a, I don't know what. Yeah. And then if we look here, let's see if I can get a bit of light on that. Right, just where the light is there, that is the oil pressure switch. Now, underneath there, that is soaking. That's dripping down to there, down to the bottom, and all the way down there, and it's going to naturally run towards the back of the engine. But also, I'll put my hand under the oil filter. There is supposed to be a rubber gasket on that as well. So I think our culprit could be the timing chain housing gasket. Maybe the oil pressure switch needs a tighten. I mean, that is dirty, but that could also be coming from the timing chain cover. And then leaking down, running down towards the back of the engine. And as you can see on the floor down there, dripping on the floor. So I think it's going to be the starting point, isn't it? Yeah, so guys, on the next episode, I think we're definitely I'm going to have a look at now the timing belt housing, get a gasket for that one, gasket for the oil filter, probably just grab a new oil filter with the seal, eliminate them, and when they're eliminated, we can look at whether the sump gasket is leaking. But the good news, if that is where it's leaking, then the rear crank seal doesn't look like it's leaking. Now that's just a double bonus, if that's right. I have got 2 front crank seals, so possibly while we're messing down that way, change them. That just eliminates that as well, doesn't it? So yep, so there you have it, guys. That's the next jobs to do on Oddy. Yeah, so I'll get some gaskets ordered. If I can't get any, I've got plenty of gasket paper, so we can make our own. But I'll see if I can get some originals, some OEM ones if they're still out there. And yeah, if you have liked this and you have just come and found me, please subscribe, please give the channel a like, and please share. And thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.